just basic ideas that a customer wants something faster, and what have they got to do on the back end to make it faster. But I don't think there's job losses. I just see them as restructuring almost. But there's a lot of exciting things happening, especially that one with IBM I mentioned about oncology and what science companies are doing with proteins and treatments and new medicines. It's a really mind-boggling kind of situation.
I would make a note. It's actually been a year. It was December a year ago that I reconvened the council to talk about Gen AI. And I was disappointed actually that almost every use case, with one exception, was yes, we have a better chatbot, or yes, we use it for document summary. And those are terrific use cases. But again, that assumes that you keep the same job, same person, but it's sort of like PowerPoint gives you better graphics instead of hiring an artist. But it's the same output. It just looks better. A year later, and we're going to get into this, I still haven't really seen where a complete business process has been replaced by Gen AI, such as writing a will, preparing documents for a merger, that sort of thing. Yeah, that reminds me, I started an AI practice about 10 years ago with a consulting firm. And at that time, we did a taxonomy of the use cases. One was, which was rare, but the stuff that made the news, things you literally could not do without AI. That did, for example, that was so fast, the response was so fast, self-driving cars, some kind of, medical automation and things like that. The other was where you could do it with people, but it was just cheaper and faster with AI. And the third was people were using AI and solving problems, then nobody even knew it. So I'm hearing a little bit of all three of those here. But that data context and documentation is really interesting because, at least among the CDO audience, that and the ability to generate SQL code and the like. My biggest single surprise when ChatGPT came out is I knew about the earlier versions because I read The Economist and I'm in that space. So I knew the early versions, like in 1980, I'm sorry, in 2021 and the like. But I didn't realize that the language it knew could convert from, SAS into R. And suddenly, 95% of your SAS queries could be run at a fraction of the price without the license cost. That to me was a revelation. I had no idea that it was that precise. And we had another CDO on a recent council saying that he produces data models in like an hour that would have taken a week. And now with Gen AI, that stuff is routine, millisecond type activity. So that entire class of business seems to have disappeared.